We're kind of at our peak at the moment. But it'll get made one day.
Yeah. I think it'll be particularly amusing once then it actually finally does. After however many years it's been
kind of at our peak at the moment.
We finish. We ultimately finish everything we start. Eventually,
it'll get made one day.
Oh my gosh! Particularly amusing once then it actually finally does. Will MePhone 4 be in season 2? I mean, he was in season 2. I guess I wonder if maybe they're asking that he'll be in season 4, to which we wouldn't be able to respond.
I know. Y'all, we want to respond to these, believe us. We do. But we don't want to. It's like it's the same thing with all the shipping questions that people make fun of. Like, we don't mind them. It's fine. But like, if we say like, I'm making up something random. Okay, what if? Can you tell me if Life Ring and Microphone will be a couple? And it's like, we could be like, yeah, but like, it's just it doesn't carry any weight because you haven't seen it in the show, and that's why OJ and Paper carried the weight it did. Because it's really in the canon. It happened. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a cop-out to give you the response here to that. But
that's true. Yeah. You may think you want to hear it coming from us and our wonderful smiling faces, but it'll really be most exciting when you experience it or don't experience it ever in the context of the series, in the case within this specific question. But thank you for asking that. We appreciate the love for MePhone. And I think, regardless, I think it was important for there to be a bit of distance between MePhone and the contestants that he created. I still feel like I can't say that he created the contestants.
I know, it still feels like this secret that we got.
Like, it's been like taboo for so long. But yeah, I think it's healthy for both parties for that be that distance. So at the very least, I can say that for now.
No, for sure. Was gonna say this one. From Ghost and Star. Third time's a charm. Brian Adam, please answer. But what's your guys' fave algebrailians?
Oh my goodness. That's a really good question. I mean, I think, look, 4 is hilarious. I think any single thing that they say is just funny in that voice. But do you 2 also is really great as well. I think I appreciate with 2 just how like positive their energy is overall, and it was just a very refreshing approach to a host. So maybe 2. I don't know. That's a tough one. What do you think?
I think 4 is my favorite.
4 is your favorite? Okay, yeah.
No time for algebra. Michael just does such a good job with the voice that I can't help but just laugh. And so does Niall too. They all do, clearly, but like I just laugh whenever 4 shows up. So I have to say him. But I love 2.
It's hilarious as well. I mean, yeah, they're all they're all so good. I feel like those characters. It's funny because I think when like they first appear, obviously they had like real legacy in terms of the Jack and Jellyfy channel overall. But it was so like jarring to initially see them as a part of the BFDI universe, and now I just completely don't think about that at all. They're just fully accepted and part of it. Like, I can't remember a time they weren't there, but yeah, it's funny. It's funny for us OGs seeing them be added. Yeah.
Ooh, here's a good one from Rainbow. Curious as to what your favorite parts of production are. As someone who's going into the animation industry, it'd be nice to hear the ins and outs. Good question.
Well, the out. I think the out is the favorite part.
You have a clear pick?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think, look, it's like the writing and editing. It's just like about like synthesizing everything together and like either putting it on the page or on the timeline of then what then the story is. And like you see, like the episodes sort of then come together through that process. But there's a lot of, I mean, those are more just kind of like the areas that I'm more than involved in than being then part of that. But what do you feel like it's that you're especially drawn to in the production process?
It's a good question. I think the thing that doesn't get talked about enough is just the production aspect of things and just organizing, because the show now, there's so many people who work on the show, and there's so many moving pieces at any given point. There's the storyboards, there's the props and assets and designs and the backgrounds and the animation, and of course the writing, all the footage is done, the editing, the music, the mixing. There's so many different facets. And the way that we make the show too is when we're in the early stages of one episode, the episode before that one, we're at the late stages. There's typically a little bit of overlap between them. And so there's a lot of organization. And I think just, working together as a team across all of those different facets and being able to, within our crew, people who focus on storyboards can look at the animation coming in and see their work actually translate to the next stage. There's something so beautiful about that. Just seeing everything move in a linear direction. That's really fun and collaborative. So I think the organization aspect, the production, even just like making sure the scheduling makes sense, all of those more monotonous things on paper are very fun. Because it's really seeing like, how can you actually take this thing and make it a reality? How can it actually get made?
Yeah. And I think ultimately a big thing that has to then be learned is that it's difficult to be a master in every single different part of the production process, right? But the great thing is that you don't really then have to be. There are people who are then particularly adept at different aspects of production, and you can rely on them. And really, that's part of what makes it such a beautiful collaborative medium, that people can approach what they're most then comfortable with and what they're most then talented at. So I think that's a big lesson then coming into it. Then also that you don't have to have it all riding on your shoulders, that you certainly would not think that then you can do the best at every single one of those things. By no means. That's part of it. It's all coming together to work on this great project together. This person really wants Fan to say this guy is. They've asked so many times. So I think I have to. This guy is nuts! Literally, he's nuts. Look at it. Some cashews over here. No.
Thank you for your generosity.
Yeah.
My goodness.
They really wanted to hear it. So by all
not all heroes wear capes, okay? Thank you, Brian. This is beautiful.
Listen. Next time I'll say it with the cape as well. Oh my gosh. Favorite song in II. And we talked about then some of the
brutal.